In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on April 3rd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Milwaukee Bucks versus Philadelphia 76ers. On Thursday, the Milwaukee Bucks will go head-to-head with the Philadelphia 76ers at the Wells Fargo Center. This will be the 4th and final meeting of the regular season between these two Eastern Conference teams. So far, the Bucks have completely dominated this matchup, winning all 3 previous contests. Looking at their recent history, Milwaukee holds a commanding 8-2 record straight up against Philadelphia over their last 10 encounters, while also covering the spread in 7 of those matchups. When it comes to the point total, the over has hit in 5 of those 10 games, with one push at 5-4-1. The 76ers are still dealing with a lengthy injury report, missing several key players, including Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Kyle Lowry. On the other side, the Bucks have ruled out Damian Lillard for this game, while AJ Green is currently listed as questionable. As it stands, the 76ers essentially threw in the towel on their season a long time ago, and there's really no compelling case to be made for them turning things around now. They are riding a brutal 9-game losing streak, looking uninspired and disjointed in recent outings. To be fair, the Bucks haven't exactly been lighting the world on fire either. They had lost 4 straight games before finally breaking that skid with a win against the Suns on Tuesday. However, Milwaukee did find a bit of an offensive rhythm in that victory, which could carry over into this game. Philadelphia has been in complete freefall, dropping 26 of their last 30 games, which has significantly bolstered their draft lottery position for next season. They are now an abysmal 30 games below .500, and it's clear that tanking is in full effect. At this point, I don't expect to see Maxey return to the court this season, and the 76ers will continue to roll out Quentin Grimes along with a group of deep bench players as they limp toward the finish line. They are completely untrustworthy at this stage of the year, while the Bucks are coming off their most efficient shooting performance in franchise history against Phoenix. Now, they certainly won't replicate that level of shooting in this game, but against a Sixers team that has been arguably the league's biggest disappointment this season, they won't need to. It's clear the 76ers have waved the white flag a long time ago, and at this point, the roster they're putting on the floor barely resembles that of a legitimate NBA team. Over their last 10 games, Philadelphia is just 1-9 straight up and has managed to cover the spread in only 2 of those contests. Meanwhile, the Bucks have absolutely owned this head-to-head matchup, winning 7 consecutive games against the 76ers while covering the spread in 6 of those victories. The 76ers have also been the worst team in the NBA this season when it comes to covering the spread, sitting at a dreadful 26-50 against the spread record. While I'm not thrilled about laying double-digit points with the Bucks, especially on the road where they have struggled with consistency and are 4 games below .500, the alternative is trusting a completely deflated Sixers squad, and that's simply not an option. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Bucks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Giannis Antetokounmpo put on an offensive clinic for the short-handed Bucks in their win over Phoenix on Tuesday night. He dropped at least 30 points for the 5th consecutive game, playing a crucial role in snapping Milwaukee's 4-game losing streak. His playmaking was also on full display as he dished out 11 assists, his highest single-game total since January. However, what really stood out from Giannis' performance was his efficiency at the free throw line. Typically a liability in that department, he's been shooting just 61.1% from the charity stripe this season. But in Tuesday's game, he knocked down 11 of his 12 attempts, showing a level of confidence we haven't seen much of this year. If he continues that trend, the Bucks will benefit greatly from his ability to rack up points even when the clock is stopped. Philadelphia's defense has been an absolute disaster lately, surrendering over 120 points per game during their 9-game skid. Given how porous their defensive effort has been, Milwaukee should be able to carry over its offensive momentum from the win against Phoenix. The Bucks' game plan will likely revolve around attacking the rim and creating open 3-point opportunities, which should prove effective against this lackluster Sixers defense. On the other end of the floor, the 76ers didn't contribute much to the total in their last outing. but being back on their home court, they should put forth a slightly better offensive effort. While Milwaukee is just an average team when it comes to rim protection, the Sixers still have some young players who are looking to make the most of their increased playing time. Even with several key players missing, the guys who are out there will be motivated to showcase their abilities in what is essentially an extended audition for next season. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Orlando Magic versus Washington Wizards. It's a Southeast Division showdown in the nation's capital as the Orlando Magic take on the Washington Wizards on Thursday night. Both teams are looking to make a statement, but history suggests this matchup favors Orlando. The Magic enter this contest riding the momentum of a solid road win, having defeated the San Antonio Spurs 116-105 on Tuesday night. They covered the spread as 5-point favorites, showing their ability to take care of business against weaker opponents. On the other side, Washington had a game on Wednesday night at home against Sacramento, meaning they'll be playing the second half of a back-to-back here. Their last completed contest, however, was a rough one. The Wizards were blown out 120-94 by Miami on Monday night, failing to cover the spread as 9.5-point underdogs. In terms of head-to-head history, Orlando has dominated this series, holding an 82-60 all-time regular season edge. Even more impressively, the Magic have won 9 straight against Washington, including a 120-105 road victory in their most recent meeting on March 21st. Orlando continues to be short-handed with both Jalen Suggs and Moritz Wagner still unavailable due to injury. Meanwhile, Washington has some notable absences of its own, as Saddiq Bey, K.A. Tris Middleton, and Keyshawn George remain sidelined. The Wizards have struggled all season long, and their injury list only makes matters worse heading into this game. Adding to their challenges, this will be their third game in 4 nights, which could lead to tired legs and diminished energy. Despite 6 of their wins coming in divisional matchups, Washington has not fared well against Orlando, dropping 9 consecutive games in this series. Meanwhile, the Magic are in a tight battle with the Atlanta Hawks for the Southeast Division crown, which could also determine home court advantage if the two teams end up meeting in the 7-8 play-in game. Given their current dominance over Washington, this is a prime opportunity for Orlando to keep rolling. They've already beaten the Wizards 3 times this season, each time by at least 15 points. It's clear that Orlando has had Washington's number in recent years, winning their last 8 head-to-head matchups. The Magic have relied on their defense all season long, making life miserable for opponents by forcing turnovers and limiting second-chance opportunities. On the flip side, Washington has one of the worst effective field goal percentages in the league and has consistently struggled to take care of the basketball. Facing a tough defensive team like Orlando, the Wizards are likely to have trouble finding any kind of offensive rhythm. As our first pick for this matchup, the Orlando Magic to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This game is a battle of contrasting styles, with the Wizards favoring an up-tempo attack while Orlando prefers to slow things down. Washington plays at one of the fastest paces in the league, ranking in the top 5 in possessions per game. Meanwhile, the Magic are on the opposite end of the spectrum, among the league's slowest teams in terms of pace. Orlando has struggled offensively throughout the season, ranking dead last in scoring. Even in their last 10 games, where they have managed a slight improvement, they are still averaging just 109 points per game, only about 4 points higher than their full season mark. Their offensive struggles are reflected in their pace as well, as they rank second to last in the NBA with 96.1 possessions per game. Additionally, they sit near the bottom of the league in offensive rating. Washington hasn't been much better. Entering Wednesday night's game, the Wizards were averaging 108 points per game over their last 10 outings, a number that falls below their season average. Their offensive inefficiency has been a recurring issue, as they rank last in the league in offensive efficiency despite playing at a fast pace. They sit fourth in the NBA in tempo with 101.3 possessions per game, but their inability to convert those opportunities into points has been a glaring problem. 2 of the 3 meetings between these teams this season have fallen under the projected total, further reinforcing the likelihood of a low-scoring game. The Magic's defense has been a bright spot as they excel at forcing turnovers and preventing opponents from getting second-chance points. However, their own offensive inconsistencies have kept them from being a more dominant team. Meanwhile, Washington has its own issues on offense, making it unlikely that they will be able to generate much against Orlando's defense. To make matters worse, neither team has been particularly strong at the free throw line, which could limit overall scoring even further. Given that the Wizards are playing the second game of a back-to-back and could be fatigued, this contest has all the makings of a low-scoring affair. Expect the total to stay under the projected mark. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Miami Heat. Thursday's NBA schedule features an intriguing matchup between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Miami Heat in a cross-conference showdown. Memphis has posted a respectable 44-32 record on the season, but their recent performance has been anything but encouraging. The Grizzlies have stumbled significantly in the Western Conference standings, losing 7 of their last 8 contests. On the other hand, Miami sits at 35-41 overall and has been surging lately, stringing together 6 consecutive victories. Their recent success has officially locked them into the play-in tournament for the Eastern Conference. The Grizzlies continue to be without key players Brandon Clark and Vince Williams Jr., while the Heat will once again be missing Duncan Robinson and Kevin Love. However, Memphis is as close to full strength as they've been all year, which makes their recent slump all the more perplexing. Conversely, despite dealing with injuries, Miami has been thriving, riding the momentum of a 6-game winning streak. Their latest triumph came in an upset victory over the red-hot Boston Celtics. Right now, Miami is playing some of its best basketball of the season. They've not only won 6 in a row, but they've also been profitable for bettors, covering the spread at home in 20 of their 37 games. One of their biggest advantages in this matchup comes from the sidelines. Head coach Eric Spoelstra has consistently been one of the league's top strategists, giving the Heat a significant coaching edge over Memphis. That said, there are some concerns for Miami. They are playing the second game of a back-to-back and could be in for a letdown after such an emotional win over Boston. Based on their recent struggles, the Grizzlies might actually deserve to be slight favorites. However, Memphis has been in a free fall, dropping 8 of their last 10 games and failing to cover spreads consistently. Their recent decision to fire their head coach only underscores the instability within the organization. Meanwhile, the Heat are peaking at the perfect time, covering the spread in each of their last 6 outings. If this spread were tighter, within a single possession, there might be some merit to considering Memphis as a potential buy low candidate. However, with the Grizzlies mired in a 0-4 slump and just 2-8 over their last 10 games, it's difficult to justify backing them as a favorite by more than 1 possession. Given Miami's current form, their ability to dictate the pace, and their coaching advantage, they appear to be the better pick. It wouldn't be surprising at all to see them pull off another outright win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Heat to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Grizzlies boast the second-best scoring offense in the league, averaging an impressive 122 points per game. Despite their recent struggles, their offense has the firepower to take advantage of a Miami defense that has been giving up points lately. On the other side, the Heat's offense has also been clicking during their winning streak, stepping up their production considerably. Historically, Miami games tend to go over the total when they are coming off a victory, with a 21-13 record in such situations. Additionally, when playing at home, the over has hit 22 times in 37 contests. Memphis games have also leaned toward the over, with a 44-32 record overall and a 20-8 mark when facing Eastern Conference opponents. This matchup presents a fascinating contrast in styles. Memphis plays at a breakneck pace, leading the NBA with an average of 105.7 possessions per game. In stark contrast, Miami operates at a methodical tempo, ranking 29th in the league with just 98.4 possessions per game. Ultimately, though, this game might be decided by Memphis' inability to get stops on defense. During their current 4-game losing streak, the Grizzlies have been surrendering a staggering 127.5 points per game. While Miami isn't known for being an offensive juggernaut, they do have reliable scorers and have been producing at a solid clip, averaging 119.7 points per game over their 6-game winning stretch. Given Memphis' defensive struggles, Miami's offense should have plenty of opportunities to capitalize. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.